And it's not really like a script doing a lot, is it? Making script not finished. Yeah, this is like where we're at. Or did we do more? So let's go check on the box here. So maybe I should add code here. Should I? We'll see. I am a bit tired, I have to admit. Yeah, we made a lot of scripts. So, and Python. For 24th. And today is that's actually something that Windows has, but Kali doesn't. That day. So it's 4 days ago that we did this, so that's why it's not like perfectly clear in my brain. Import star, import subprocess, right? Because we use subprocess to run it once. Context log level error, right? We don't want all the data about the executable when we just load it in and stuff. We just want the errors. We get the R2 path and arguments separately because that's what we need to be able to run it with subprocess. No, run it with pwn. We don't use R2 with that. Running executable with increasing size arguments. Yeah, right. So we did do a actual fuss here. And when it crashes, we save this in a separate variable, which is not necessary. It's just to make it obvious and readable. So we use crash length here into cyclic and make a cyclic string that we print and run executable with R2 with the generated string as an argument. And this is where we have the path, comma, arguments, comma, executable, comma, cyclic string. And executable is the validate in the local directory. Then we put into the send buffer here already at the start for this DC to continue to run the program, in other words. So when it has passed a few of the outputs, it will read this in. So we're checking for a buffer overflow, signal 11. And, well, that's the error we get when we find it. Buffer overflow. So this is also an infinite loop if we don't find anything. But this is a Python script and we can abort it. So it's not a problem. So print buffer overflow received line. So it's printing the line with signal 11 in it. And then it is finding adder in this and saving the pass session here, which we could have added the whole line in here, right? But for readability, we're splitting it up. So crash address equals, we're making it a number too. We want the crash address to be a number. The received line, the line with signal 11 on it, the position of adder plus these 5 characters. We could have done length of adder equals, you know. And we want 10 characters there because that's the address length, including the 0x. And yeah. We print this out. We break the loop as we found the thing we were looking for. We're quitting R2 and finding EIP position using R2 output output of crash address. So we're using this crash address here, which is an int, and do cyclic find on it and find the EIP position. We print it. We generate shellcode for a SUID binary with the user. This is like specific for this one, right? So it is kind of obvious though where to change it if we were to need to do it. So we could have like a menu here instead. When we do other stuff with the same script, we can make it a menu. And architecture i386 32 bits, and we get shellcraft i386 Linux setuid. This will generate a string with assembler code, and then we get shellcraft i386 Linux sh. This is another string, and we put these strings together, two pieces of assembler code after each other, and we we do ASM on it, so we actually make it into shellcode from the string it was of assembler. We'll make it machine code. Assemble, I guess. And this is a shellcode that we print here and can look at. And we also check how many bytes it is. Then we have a badge source question mark and address for JMP, ESP or something, or just the address we're on when writing. So I guess this is where we're at, right? E equals elf executable. We're trying not to just do this box. We're trying to automate the process we're doing. Print functions. Yeah, so it's also printing the functions and disassembling them. Yeah, this is left over from where I got the code, meaning my own previous test ones. So I think it's the info one where I printed all the stuff. Then we have, yeah, so there's a few ones here. Fuzzer, what does fuzzer do? General shape. Let's open this one too. Yeah, so this is my normal fuzzer for network, right? So the thing with this one is it's local. And this is specific to validate. And here's generate shellcode, generally with printing it out. And it's, we got the command, you can do the command prompt too. The same. This is the same line. So this should be the same code that the script generates. But this is when we did it manually. So let's actually run this before we do anything else. What? Alright, it's not saved. I'm so very used to Obsidian by now that I don't know even save stuff anymore, which is like scary. So on my machine, this is a Kali VM. On my machine, when I opened code and I closed a file, it was like, do you want to save your changes? I'm like, okay, did I do those 2 months ago? How should I remember if those were actually... So I mean, saving the files at least when you close code, wouldn't that be nice? It's too smart, you know? It's over the edge. That where it's not good usability anymore. But let's run this. Let's open up a. So I think it's in Bath. Let's see, do we have validate here? Yeah. And we also have validate. Validate. There you see a manual test. Exploit creation pi. So, here we can see how it is fuzzing. And I've added output dots. I'm thinking, let's remove the dots, right? Because we're getting the output from there. Where's those dots? Here, we can like comment this line, at least for this executable, right? Because it has output. And generating non-repeating string. We can also have like fuzzing with, right? Maybe that's better. It's not required. Anyway, it's crashed as 120, which is correct. Generating non-repeating string, 120 characters then, of course. Running executable in R2 with the generated string, and this is run with subprocess. So buffer overflow, this is a line in R2 as output that we got, and then the crash address. Right, we want to output this not as an int, not as a decimal like a base 10 number. We want to change the base of this. And the %x maybe. So where are we now? We're at running executable in R2 here, and then we get the crash address. So this. Right, so instead here we want to make it a formatted one. I used it just a bit ago. Was it in these? My nose is itching. So yeah, here. And base address. So this is what we want. This bit. Percent number x. So percent number x, and instead of this we do a percent character. I think the syntax is very odd, but it works. So it's probably allergies now. I'm like, why is my nose itching? Well. So let's see if we get a prettier output this time. We have saved the file. We just run it again. And this time, we should have a nice 0x one here instead of a very int looking one. Well, it's an int, both of them, but decimal. So it's nicer to see an address outputted. I don't know why I'm printing all the assembler for them. I don't know. No idea. So this is fixed. Finding EIP position using R2 output of crash address, EIP position. With a cyclic finder in the code. Here, cyclic find on crash address. And I'm going to generate shellcode for suite binary. And this is also finished. And we also have a length that's 57. Because I was curious there to see how we do this. So, right, now I know why we printed the code. To see if we could find some nice address jump ESP manually, right? Because if it's in this code, yeah, we want to search automatically too, and let's make these into functions. Make it prettier when we're done. Though it's not really like we're already using functions, so it's not like complex code. And we can do something like this for the sections, making it more obvious, right? If we want to. So here's running executable, generating non-repeating string, running executable with R2. Finding EIP position, generating shellcode, all automatic. And then the next stuff that we're not done yet. So the easiest thing to do would be to find our own address in memory. That's why I was looking at this too, or funding. I don't know. I think the easiest is jump ESP, right? Because then we don't have to know any addresses. It's just automatically working. It's always nice. So let's add the new one here. And this one we keep the question mark or something. Yeah, let's try and make it work, even if it wasn't 57 bytes too, right? Functions. So the first version we learned in try hacking was not to find an instruction. And here, am I doing all functions? Yeah, and that's why we have so many, because we're also doing the underscore ones. Oopsie. So I'm using my eyes to try and find something first. There's a bird just by the window. It's trying to sit on the edge of the window, which is like this much. Well, was what do you call them, magpie? Kinda big, sitting on this thing close to the wall. It couldn't. If you heard the wings, that was why. It's probably warm close to the house though. I don't think they think 4 degrees plus is that cold, do they? I'm not really reading this now. So there's just a few jumps, and they're just Yeah, so I don't know how to do this with pwntools, and that's the whole thing, right? So why am I even reading this manually? So if we were to try and do this with pwntools, how would we do this? So we found these things. This was someone's cheat sheet. Yeah, these are just the basic functions. We can of course, so we want to create something we can run at another place without using the script, right? Just a perfect input to send to this program on the server, not on our machine, but on the one we're using another buffer overflow to get to. This brain pan here. Reverse engineer a Windows executable, find the buffer overflow, and exploit it on Linux machine. And actually another Linux one there, right? Would have been even more odd line of text. So can it do anything like this? Assembly and shellcraft. So if we think, what would I do manually? So it was a few months since I did the Linux one, but I would probably open it just as for the Windows ones and search for the instruction. Massive, maybe just read the documentation. So yeah, so we can get all of these, but it's probably yeah, I'm still a bit on the fix my I had a loss of one streams where I had the title being what's missing from my buffer overflow strategy, right? And I think there might still be things that are not totally clear in there. With the Linux ones, with the tiny ones, with the suite ones, we've been adding lots of notes on that though. So let's go to those notes that we just recently added to. So I did make a new one with suite. Yeah, suite binaries. Let's look at this new one. Right, so we are actually done with this bit, which is specific here in Python. Yeah, so now we can add this. Let's just copy from our script. So we have this is the important bit here. Yeah, and I commented the line that actually prints as an assembler code. But it can be nice to keep there still. This bit is done. Then we have these steps that I have not done in a bit for Linux. Yeah, so just do it with GDB we can do, but I'm trying to find ways to do it with pwntools everything. But this is like the manual way, right? And we can't run this command in a graphical one because it's over like this. It's the only thing it does, it's getting the input, the parameter for when you start the program, and it copies it. And the buffer is it's not big enough. It's 100 characters. So with tool Mona. Yeah, we can't do that. So the base way is to do it. Yeah. Let's actually, as a reminder, how to do it manually. Actually do it with GDB, and I'll get my GDB notes up because I don't remember all the commands. So let's hop back to Kali and actually do bad chars, right? Bad chars here with GDB. So again, these are the validate. This is the program that we want, and we do have let's get rid of this output. It's annoying me. So this is just to print the functions. I don't know why I would want to though. It's just to manually check them, I guess, for these instructions. They weren't there. One step at a time, right? Also, I don't know how, if I get bad chars, how would I exclude them using pwntools? This is why we put a big question mark here, because I don't know. We did get the help of ProShellCode. So 2 things to do: check this and then just do it in GDB, right? So I have several different paths we're doing at the same time here. So the ASM maybe, or what? So these are just what gets the text string off assembler code. This is not really what I want right now. So, pwntools. Checking time. He will have been working on the car for like almost 2 hours now. And I think it was until 11 it was planned to be finished. Hi.
Gumbathy Supreme Overlord says,
Fix it, how you doing today?
Hi, the Supreme Overlord. Lord. Supreme Overload it became. I'm good. I just don't know how to do this in pwntools, if it's possible. So we playing around with it. Let's actually comment these lines here first. So I was just gonna comment those. And I'll hop back here. How are you doing? How can I change so that some characters are not, like, maybe in the ASM function, when I do ASM, I want to decide characters I don't want it to use, right? Bad characters. Output formats defaults to hex, otherwise raw. Output file C. Context. Avoid. So we found it. We can avoid bad characters. Meaning we would have to find the bad characters first. And how would we do that in pwntools, right? So in here in the code, in this line, we're gonna add. Well, I didn't do this at least, right? I did two. My brain is such a mess of languages right now. You shouldn't switch between C-like languages and Python too much, because it will sometimes you might end up doing that. So no problem. So the pasted thing I did was this. V avoid. So let's do another one of those. Encode to avoid listed bytes. In hex. So we don't need both, but we need to know how it looks on the command line, right? Because this is the command line one. Oh, yeah, command line one. So I need to know how to use those in the function. So we're in command line tools. I don't want to be in command line tools. So this looks very indented as a part of that. pwntools. Yeah. So this help is kind of crappy. So if I click somewhere here, I can't click this. Now we're somewhere. So I would have liked to be able to go there. So this is the reason why we switched to code, right? The reason we switched to code is so that we can hold the mouse over here. And we can get a bit of more information instead of using mousepad. So let's asm and shellcode VMA. So if I scroll down here now, I can get more information. Requires the somewhere install arguments. Shellcode str, assembler code to VMA into virtual memory address at the beginning of assembly. Extract bool. Extract the raw assembly bytes. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for the sub.
Thanks so much for the sub, RNO Gumby. Less than 3.
Thank you. So, woohoo, we got a sub. Extract the raw assembly bytes from the assembled file. If false, returns the path to an L file or assembly embedded, creates a shared object, any context can be Arch. Examples. Yeah, so we haven't found the one we want. Arch OS. Bits.
SSML error. SSML error.
Oh,
SSML
thank
error.
you, thank you.
SSML error. SSML error. SSML error.
Oopsie. Thank you for the hype train. Thank you for the hype train. So my limited chat here. Oh my god, five gifts up. Thank you so much. Oh, Gombi, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. So who got them? XX Momo01 Agthar. Alex, I'm trying to read it under the pause sign.
Gumby the Supreme Overlord says.
Now you are halfway to your goal.
Thank you. Thank you. What's my goal? I don't even know. Thank you. That's so very nice of you.
20.
Oh, 20. Thank you for all 6 subs. So how do we do it? Make it do what we want. We want it to use what it can do, the avoid. So maybe we can say avoid equals. Let's like Google this. So asm pone asm void. And
Okay, off to bed now. Have a good stream.
oh, thank you very much again, and have a great night's sleep. Thank you. So someone has strange behavior in pwntools. So here we probably have an example, do we?
Sorry to sub and run, but it's been a long day.
Yeah, go to sleep. Thank you very much for the sub again. All the subs. So yeah, we need sleep. We kinda do, right? We can't avoid it. It's stealing our time. But it's kinda nice to sleep too. I'm seeing the hype train thingy with hopping emotes in it. Is attracting my attention. Thank you for the hype. So let's see. PG resources, pwntools, Python version. We should search for ASM here, right? So cat flag, then copy. Yes, we see all of these, but I want other arguments for ASM. So these are using shellcraft to get a separate one, and they're adding them together instead of adding the strings together and then running ASM on them. So why all the repetition? Weird behavior, phrase, encoder, exception tone, message attribute. Weird issues. Oh, I got an emote. Chill girl. It's purple. Let's see.
Fix It
I
says.
got a chill girl.
Choo choo chill girl.
So let's see. Love pwntools. Use it all the time for 6 years. Thanks for all the hard work. So let's try and find void. If it's in here, because that's what we rule, right? Oh, encode. Encode. So here's where we got encode and void. So it is not a argument for asm. It is for encode. So after running it, we need to encode it. So it is split up compared to how it is. Let's look back here. So encode, I'm assuming SC is encoded to avoid 01 in this case. And SC is the shellcraft asm. So this is kind of the syntax. So encode is what I should have looked for. Alright, I opened up all of the things. The ones I had saved. So let's close those. This is this. So decode, encode. It's all logical that it's encode, right? But encoding shellcode. Avoid. So this is what we need to do. That also means it is logical to so the information we have so far on the command line, we use asm avoid, right? 0x. Well, hex stuff to avoid. In Python, we use encode. So let's actually remove this comment here because I already got this somewhere else now. So we couldn't just skip bad chars, right? It's important. We don't know how to do it yet, though. But now we have a clue. And did I have something to paste? Yes. Like my shell code. Avoid. Right? So the problem now is that we found this from strange behavior report. Right? Let's open. So let's hope it works as it should. Fail, pause. So it just itches on my back. Good thing to have a long thing to itch your back with. I like it. I usually use that. Have used that to clean dirty. Like my brain is not awake. So no encoder for arch 64 can avoid 4 fail, okay. So as long as we use like usual stuff, we probably are good, right? If we use the most usual stuff. Encoder for every arch or separate beings, please split. Arm of an American goes in the avoid arc completely. Encoder's never been fully ported to Python 3. Ooh. And were probably broken in the meantime. So this is 2021 too, right? Well, let's just hope. Yeah, I think it hopefully works for normal stuff. Oh, we learned something, which is nice. So we have the shellcode here. This is actually a new step that we need to add here. Encode shellcode to avoid bed sharks. That's what we're gonna do, and we don't need to remember the command line, do we? Especially not in here. So we're going to use the encode, and this is the format. Bad chars equals like the format to use, and that's the normal format, so it's nothing odd. That's what I'm using in my normal scripts, like fuzzer here. No. This format here, and then I'm converting to bytes, so it's just a normal stuff. And here we're gonna say bad chars instead, and this line is like already. This is called shellcode. Shellcode avoid bad chars. That should be a correct line, as long as there's a bad chars, right? And bad chars can exist already now, so this would work. And we can print our shell bad chars. So and actually we just fixed the output of this. So no, we don't want that. We just want normal str on this one because it's bytes, not int. Testing for bad characters. For, well, oh gosh. Print to add. And then we have bad chars. Bad chars. So, testing for bad chars, and we need a \n because we have that to make space between all of them. And it's not existing yet, so we're just putting something in there to make the next section work, which we actually have. So let's print \n then, encoding shellcode to avoid bad characters. Print encoded shellcode plus encoded shellcode. Make the variable names readable, right? This is so stupid. Why did it make that squiggly? I'm like, what? It's still a squiggly there. No, it disappeared. It's very slow on my VM code. It's very slow. Print encoding shellcode to avoid bad characters. Encoded shellcode equals encode shellcode avoid bad chars. Could it be more logically done? Print encoded shellcode. Also, I don't think we need to set any options to the encode, but maybe we do. Nah, I don't think so. We'll see. We'll notice. I don't want to open all the stuff I just closed. Let's see if it's the last one. Yeah. So if we search again for a void, we see they're using it just randomly raises an exception. We'll see. The more usual stuff to use, the likelier it works, right? Yeah, I think we already had this up right here. It's the same page. Oh, robots avoid explore force. And I'm assuming the output will also be robots. Encoder encode, encoder line, encoder null. Yeah, it's closing up to 11. I have to just check my phone, see if I have any messages. I'm just hoping they won't say like, oh, we found a big problem with your car, you know. I've got my car in service and brake replacement. We'll see if they find any big problems. It's kind of old car. It's an old car. Hopefully it's just okay. But I'm still thinking about it sometimes. As it's closing up to 11. Suppose Level could just call me and say, oh, the car's finished. It's all good. That'll be what they do, right? Right? Yeah, so let's go up and check. So here's command line tools, which we're not in. These have the same level then. So if I click ASM, we get ASM. CPP. So what is CPP? That's my curiosity. I want to know. What's the output? I'll just clear my notifications. And there.
Pactoclu TV says, hello, do you develop 5M? 5M is GTA roleplay.
No, I don't know what it is. So we're currently looking at a buffer overflow Linux problem to get better permissions on a machine to eventually get root on this machine, which is actually a Linux machine. Even though it looks like Windows first because it's running Wine. So that is our goal, but the goal is also to learn this pwnlib, which is a Python library to make it easier to do stuff like buffer overflows. So so far we have created a script that automatically does a lot of the things that you would usually do manually.
You can use Linux Lin 5M.
Okay. So I don't know anything about 5M or GTA roleplay. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, you'll have to tell me.
Nice, so you know how to make scripts?
Yeah. I've done programming like my whole life. So this comment we can delete because we've added a text now in code, shellcode. That we can delete. And this is actually finished. So I think this is probably the easiest. But how can we do this manual? Or there's
wow,
two
really,
things
I
we
would
need
love
to
to
do.
work with you.
Thank you. So currently we need to know, can pwntools find bad characters automatically?
So I develop for 5M. I have my own GTA roleplay server.
Okay. So you have to tell me what GTA roleplay is. I don't know what it is, so you have to tell me first. So
would it be possible for you to make me scripts for it and I give you the list and ideas I have?
I think I probably have a lot of things to do. So, but it depends. If you I have a company. If you give me a job, and
GTA is Grand Theft Auto the game.
Yeah, I thought so. But I don't know what's role play in it, and I mean, if you give me a job to my company and pay me to do something, then I can have time for it. Otherwise, I'm very focused in learning more about this.
He'll give you a job, he'll hire you.
Yeah, sure. You can just, I have a Discord too, you can hop in there. If you want to, let's hop here, Discord.
Of course I will pay you for your words.
There. So, you're very welcome into the Discord. You can also send me an email.
You'll join, okay?
Yeah, so my email is sophia@fixit42.com if you want to send me a mail. This is, I was checking what the CPP function does. But it doesn't say run CPP over the given shellcode. The output will always contain exactly one new line at the end. So move AL sys set red say suid. Move AL 164. Okay. Nah. So we're going to see if this is possible. Finding bad. I think I can do. It's bad shards. Yeah, it's like a word, right? Bad shards. And we're gonna do it with pwntools. And see if this is possible. Yeah, so this is exactly what we use to use it.
I just been looking for someone very reliable and active and trustworthy. I need a slight hand to finish building my server from an advanced developer that knows coding or scripting like yourself. It's all files like this you are dealing with now at the moment, so I'm sure it will be easy for you, especially you mentioned you have years dealing with it.
Yeah, sure, you can send it to me and I can take a look. Sure. See, do it. I'll keep an eye on my mail later.
Just sometimes installing a script where randomly I get errors and maybe SQL acts up. Do you know MariaDB SQL?
I've used a lot of different SQLs, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, so you're very welcome to send me mail. But I don't know if I want to chat on stream right now,
okay, great.
because I
kind of
want to
whenever
solve
you're
this
free,
problem.
I can show you what it is exactly about.
Yeah, sure.
You got me so happy, fix it.
Great. So I hope we can help you later. Yeah. So
yes, that's fine. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome to be happy. It's totally okay. So I'm just curious if this tool can help us do something that we usually would do manually. So I can show you. Usually you'd go into a GDB, for example, here, and you would look at information like this, and you would read the characters manually. And if this is possible to do with an automatic tool, you wouldn't have to do that. So we can send data, and it has a connection to GDB. So I'm sure we can do this, like half automatic. But if it's already like a function for it already there, we don't want to like build the wheel when it already exists, So it sent us here.
I just been going around checking in with streamers to find someone. I won't look any further. We will catch up when you are free. Thank you. And for your email, can you send to me in Discord DM? I just joined and sent you a friend request. Now I will watch you develop and smoke a spliff. Lol, thank you once again. Fixerbot says.
New follower Pack
thank you
Talku
for the
TV.
follow and
Less than
welcome
3.
in again. So welcome here. So let's see what this says. The ROP tool can be used to build stacks pretty trivially. Let's create a fake binary, which is some symbols which might be useful. So DSP red pop EAX red pop ECX pop EBX red. This is assembly instructions. Creating a ROP object with looks of symbols in the binary is pretty straightforward. ROP binary. ROP equals binary. Once to ROP object has been loaded. Once to ROP object.
Pactoclu TV says. Sub to your YouTube. Just now.
Thank you. Once your ROP object has been loaded, you can trivially find gadgets by using magic properties on the ROP object. Each gadget has an address property, which has the real address as well. Let's see. So I don't know much about ROP, right? Right now I need to learn more about this. The easiest way to set up individual registers to invoke the ROP
You did
object.
mention Linux. Do you only work with Linux or Windows as well?
Both. So, yeah.
This looks different to me.
This is exploiting binaries to get access to a computer. That's what we're doing. So it's kind of low-level stuff. So this is actually assembler code.
Okay, that's great. I develop on a Windows VPS.
If you really want to set one at a time, Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking that we have the debug stuff already. We already know about the debug stuff. Found those issues. Please include a bad character string for exploited tab. So here's someone's Medium article on buffer overflow. Let's see what they did that has bad shar's pwntools finding. Yeah, I guess they could do just comments and not scripts on it. Which one is it? So yeah. So GDB is a debugger, so you can run your executable while debugging it. I'm actually gonna search for bad characters. Reconfiguring coding. That's interesting. Padding, cyclic find. Review, replace address, pad connotation, EAP, bad shards, payload, padding. Save the output file. Yeah, this is the manual way. This is the manual way. Using GDB and looking at the memory. And this is a tiny executable, so everything would be easy to do, like stepping through the program. It's a tiny amount of instructions that are done. But when we get to a bigger executable, a long program, you can't really find the right place, right? So we want to have a smart, automatic stuff. So I should really have called the stream automating buffer overflow, right? Manual way. And then they're adding their bad shards, probably. Well, we don't have to. Oh, this is interesting though. Yeah. So they're using the v bad shards for the command line, and we just realized that when we use shellcraft or the ASM on the command line, then we can use a v, but when we use it in Python, we have to use the encode. First the ASM to get the shellcode, and then the encode to encode this shellcode to avoid this bad characters. We didn't actually run this. I'm here just assuming 01, so let's actually get something that's in the shellcode, right? So this is just the assembler code of the program. So here's the current shellcode. So we have 01 here in several places. So if we do encode on this now, which just means running it again, if I didn't make any typos. Oh gosh. So let's run this and see if we get any errors. Yeah, so we need to make this str. The encoded shellcode needs to be str. It needs to be converted from bytes to a string. There. So, instead of this string, which is
CHEIO to app viewers on web link.
Oh, it was deleted from chat automatically by my. It's by StreamerBot in C# code. So let's see. I want to get the length of this new shellcode length, right? So we want the length again. Let's do new shellcode length, and we want this to be the encoded shellcode length. There. Unterminated string literal 76. So, oh, I overwrote the. Well. Now you can see, now it's 104 byte, it was 57, and for both these I want to put a space in there, because that's not pretty, right? That's prettier. So now we have, this is our original one, which contains a lot of 0 ones, the bytes being 0, 1, and now it is removed those. Let's add 0, 0 as it's doing that instead. So let's add to this one and see that it works. If we do x00 here, we don't null, right? It's probably the most common bad character, as it's the terminator of strings in C. And now we have a lot of 02s, 03s and stuff instead here. So it's removed the characters. Yeah. So let's actually do a ChatGPT, right? Let's do this as an example for it. And oh, it just went 11 and drag me pops up. Let's go to, and I learned my lesson the other day. Never go to ChatGPT's page on stream if you don't want it to. If it's buggy, you might get your IP up there. So let's just copy the actual code too. Generates machine code. Oopsie. So wrong line. I want all bytes to be in \x 00 format. We can reformat the shellcode string so that each byte is represented with the format using Python. So, formatted shellcode. Yeah, we kind of need to do that. So, let's see if it works. And we don't want to change the actual variable, so it's not very smart, you know. But this is just our print output of it. Instead of converting it to a string, we will just put this in here. And let's put a nice parenthesis around it. There. So, a text string dot join format a string, which is byte, and 2 access for byte in shellcode. And shellcode is a variable. And byte is just a variable within this loop. So yeah, I'm counting the parentheses. It is not correct. Join. So and then we can use the same format down there, assuming it works. What do you think? Could these simple things ChatGPT usually can do? So and as you can see, it totally broke here because I wrote it in the wrong place. So let's copy the thing and undo. And that was where it was the length of it. And here's the one I should do. So we can see our cute little yellow parentheses, the pink one, and the blue one. We don't even have to count them. So this is code for Linux on this one. So it is very, very nice. So now we can see we have a nice output with all of the... We can see all the bytes easily. Let's convert this one too, instead of having these, you know. So when we output this the next time, these characters that are printable will also be those two. Will also be \x. So it's all the same and we can read it easier. For shellcode, we kind of want this format, right? So, so I'm just gonna copy the little loop and put it here for this encoded shellcode too. So let's paste it here. And let's just encode it shellcode. And make it not like that. And now we have the nice looking format for this one too. Yeah, I should have done that the other day. I was like, how would I do this the best? And this is the perfect ChatGPT question. A simple thing that it can do in a tiny way. But I would have hoped for a better one. Oh. So, right. I just realized, why not try using it as Google for us? Let's make a new one. Finding bad shards using pwntools. Linux executable. Command line executable. Well, single parameter. I could show the code. Short answer. So, process binary weight. No. I want to automate the process of finding it. I have a list of all shards. I intend to use pwntools. Maybe the debug. Maybe I shouldn't misspell maybe. To automate finding bad cards with pwntools, you can use debugging, GDB or similar to monitor the program's behavior for each channel. Here's an outline. We could of course do it with R2 as we did before, just reading the output manually. But I know it has this debug thing, GDB debug, in it. That's why I suggested it. Create a payload excluding the suspected characters. For each iteration, send a single character or chunk of characters from your full list. Oh yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah. If you automate it, maybe sending one character and just checking it is the best way. You can send like... But we don't have any known non-good, non-bad yet, right? So, it even uses mine is called execute all cars, and I think mine is very similar. Bad cars, for car in all cars. GDB debug binary shard, GDB script continue, try, wait for close timeout, accept. I'm curious if this works. Yeah, so the usual thing you do is to look in memory. We usually output all characters, all bytes from 00 to FF at the same time. And then check memory to see if all well went in there. Okay, were read into memory as they should by comparing the full 00 to FF to what is in memory. So I usually get frustrated with ChatGPT because it can't do stuff, but we just had a success, right? It could do basic formatting of a string. To automate identifying bad characters by comparing memory, you can use pwntools with GDB, to examine the memory after sending all bytes. Here's how you can do it. So, what do you think? Will it do it? Generate all bytes. Exclude known bad characters like Yeah, but we don't know that yet. And send all other bytes. Set a memory watch point in GDB. Attach GDB, monitor the program's memory region where the input is processed, and dump the memory content. Compare memory. Extract the memory content and compare it against a real byte string. Yeah, so it's reformatted what I said, removing null without me saying it. So that's what's done so far. Let's see. All bytes, known bytes. Yeah, this is kind of what I have in my code, similar. P equals gdb.debug binary, comma, all bytes. This is the first argument.
Gumby the Supreme Overlord says,
Are you trying to do buffer overflow?
Not really. I'm trying to automate it with pwntools. So we have done all the steps up to this point automatically. So it is fussing for the size of the buffer overflow. It is generating a non-repeating string with a size. It is running it with R2 and finding this line with a signal 11, getting the address of the crash out of here, using the counterpart to this one and finding the position as 116. And we're generating shellcode for Suite binary with user ID 1001. And the shellcode is 57 bytes. And then we need to add this bit here, testing for bad characters. And then we also encoded it to avoid a test bad characters. So, and then the next step will be to continue finding, a way to make it hop to the right address. And there's either finding an instruction.
And I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, I noticed you're back. You couldn't sleep. So what about music? What about listening to podcasts? I really do the thing with the podcasts, like almost every day. Fell asleep to some cybersecurity news yesterday. Putting the timer on 15 minutes and
No, it need to be quiet or I can sleep.
Okay. Yeah, that's hard. Tough. Have you been up very long? Again? I think you did before, right? Too tired to sleep thingy. Actually, I was in Tiberius' stream bit yesterday, and it was like 1 a.m. and I was like,
No, I just
I
got
should
back
probably
up.
sleep. Okay. And I'm just gonna see, I got some mail messages. As I'm waiting to hear from my car, I'm just gonna check. No, it's just LinkedIn. So nothing important. There. So.
I laid there for 30 minutes and I see effort and got back up. I'll sleep later.
Oh. Okay, hope you can sleep later. So, but this is anyway, we're trying to make the whole process automated. And the current step is to use pwntools. And I had to suggest debug for it to hop there. So let's see it. GDB script. Break main. Breakpoint where input is processed. Adjust as needed. Yeah, but we can't because I want it automated. That's the thing. Examine memory bytes should be stored. P interactive. So no adjust. What did it say? As needed. But is possible. But we can assume that this kind of short when we would, well, let's say executable, would still have the data in memory as it ends. Or there's like two functions. It has two functions. So maybe test at the reds. So I don't know GDB debugs GDB script, how it works. Break main, but it looks very easy. Break main, you know, and ESP. P interactive. Adjust logic to parse from GDB output. So I remember having problems with this seriously, actually. That's why I didn't use it. Also, I just realized I had problems with gdb.debug. It opens another window, and that's not acceptable for me. So I know I misspelled that. So I used I started R2 from R2 using let's see how we did there. IO process, really. Yeah, I removed everything that had to do with pwn there. That's a bit sad.
ESP is the stack point.
Yeah. It is. Although I would prefer to do it all with pwntools equals can we without that new window. Divide, opening a new window. Still using break. Use process and attach. No, it's not possible. We can't attach as the execution takes no time. I hate when that happens. I should have said short answer again, right? For all of them. I have in my saved thingies. I've asked it not to remember anything when I don't tell it to. That's one thing. I have always answering 3 sentences. Never does that. Yeah, it's like annoying. And I wouldn't mind it using a lot of text if it wouldn't run out of tokens, and I'm not paying for it, so I guess we'll have to hop over to DeepSeek in that case and test that. I also had one question yesterday. To avoid GB opening the window.
Just yell at it.
Yeah, that probably works, right? I've learned from previous experiences just to close it down if you get a bit annoyed, because it won't get smarter. It won't happen. You can't explain stuff to it. It's just the way it is. It's not smart. It's not anything but text, right? If the executable keeps the data in memory near a function returns, you can automate memory dumping without a separate debugger window. Here's a refined approach to find character entirely in photos. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Works for me. At least you'll feel better afterwards.
Okay. Yeah, I never yell at anyone. That's not my style. If the execution is too fast to attach a debugger or indirect dynamically, we can handle this by analyzing the core dump or reading memory just before the executable terminates. That's what I suggested, you know. Here's a streamlined solution entirely in photos. So let's quickly look at this, because I'm assuming it will be almost the same. So I'm just going to copy this and put it in Notepad. Come on, Notepad. And I'm going to have this in the other window. I'm going to scroll down and compare it to what they made here. Or it. Haha, it's removed a comment here. It removed a comment there.
I cuss at the thing, but I put it in the text back in all caps so it knows him yell at it.
Binary all bytes. IO await. Wait for process to exit. Core IO core file. So you see what it didn't do. It didn't use pwntools, which is sad. It's using only pwntools. And it's not using anything of pwntools. IO process, or is process pwntools? It's just using the same that I had. Let's see. Where's the thing I sent it?
Now tell it you didn't use pwntools.
It won't help. we'll have to start a new chat and give it a new question, or it will like be. So here's IO process. This is what I'm using, which is not pwntools, and it's. I would prefer to use it with pwntools. And not even the first one that I like ignored and just told that you can't do that. It's me a function here. Dump analysis. Yeah, now we have to test its code, right? Without attaching. It wasn't attaching. I should have read the reply before.
Copy that code and tell it to make it pwntools.
It still remembers my example, and it thinks it's pwntools because it's the words in the same sentence kind of thing, right? So let's make a new one. Find bad chars using pwntools. It is kind of what I did before, right? Let's just compare so I don't type the same thing again. Now I'm going to Google. I need to know what process here. There's a process in there too. Yeah, we actually use pwntools there. It was before I was doing something else. So that's its example or test. So this is actually pwntools line. But where did I? Oh, here is a sub-process run. Yeah. So this is pwntools. So we can just use the same thing. Oh yeah. Sorry. Notepad, unfortunately, in Windows 10, at least. I've heard that in Windows 11 it's dark mode too. I should use other stuff like code. So I'm thinking we could do this, but we could also use parts of what it said. And actually do that. So it didn't. I sent it a line that was actually pwntools that I thought was not pwntools. So it was probably mostly correct. And it was me. It was human error, not machine error. But let's see if we use R2 again then. And this worked before. As long as we don't use GDB debug, we can keep control over it. Process works. So this is where we need to add stuff. And we're not gonna use so let's add using R2. And because I don't do much prefer it to. So here we can print received line because we're currently developing something new, right? Put the command to start running the program in the buffer. If signal in received line, print buffer overflow received line. And this is not really what we want, so let's just go on forever and all eternity. Instead, so this will just print the lines forever.
You should be able to copy your code and ask GPT to convert it to pwntools format.
Yeah, but it is already pwntools. I was mistaken. So let's see what it suggests. Yeah, so we already have this in my file.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was human error. Those they do exist. So context log level is suggesting that it has info. I have error. I'm not gonna change. Context binary, and I have set that in previous ones.
Done.
So we don't need get the bytes. I already have that. I have processed binary all bytes. Yeah, this is not exactly what I want to send either. Or is it? Because I want it to crash. And it might not. Because we want to make this so it always works, right? So we have our crash length here, right? And we don't yet have any address we want to put there. So we're not going to use cyclic string this time. Input parameter the very nice variable name of temp for now, and we're gonna send temp here, meaning you start R2 with executable temp. So, what did I say? Crash length, right? No, we don't even need crash length. No, that's the wrong one. We want EAP position. That's what we want. So let's just do A times crash position, EAP position, plus we're 32-bit all the way here, so let's do B's, and then we do plus all chars. Actually, I call it use chars in my other script. So brainpan exploit Linux is the last one. So we can copy these lines. So these are actually the bad cars for this Windows executable running on Linux with Vine. That's why we have a brainpan exploit and exploit Linux. So let's keep it within this section. to make it not as odd up there. So we're having all characters that are generated here, and then we have bad characters, and then we have and it's doing bytes. So it might be smarter to actually do bytes range 256. But we're not doing bytes now. Maybe I want to make this better. By the way, here's like the same thing that we used recently. We asked ChatGPT for this. I already had it. So here, join F. That's why I recognized it. So here's byte and here's ard C. They had byte. I remember when I was looking at this and typing this code. But yeah, because this is already using bytes and this one is not. That's why I had to change. Oh yeah. Yeah. So if we use instead of bytes, instead of converting it to bytes at the very end there.
Tedio says, see you again. Happy New Year, Parents 2025 for cybersecurity.
Yeah, hi, Happy New Year. Welcome back in. Yeah, so it's already the 28th of January. How did it happen? I mean, wasn't New Year's Eve last day? Like yesterday? It can't be more than a few days ago. It can't be a week ago, can it? Time's just flying. It's crazy. So I'm gonna make new code here. We're gonna move the bytes conversion up here, and we're actually going to just try a range 1. Do we need even the 1? Range bytes, range, yeah, we need another parenthesis, and then we need this to be B2 because we need them to compare. So join. Will that work for C? C for C in all chars. If we do thinking bytes now instead, we'll see. And this line is like useless now because we're already bytesified. And this will need to be changed to byte.
That should work.
Actually C. It's just the name of it. So we don't need the ord on this. So it's possible that I have something else. This is a value. That's good, let's print temp. And actually say temp. Oh. I just realized something. So, this is not bytes. This is bytes. So we'll have to B and B, and will all be bytes. Otherwise, it can't add them together. And as this is bytes, we will need to do the whole thingy here to it to make it print prettily. So there, and I'm kind of changing the C here to byte too, but let's run it first. We'll see if I had something else. Oh, what? So it still failed here. Sequence item C expected a byte like object int found. Sequence item 0. Okay, did I miss creating bytes? It's all bytes. Yeah, and I know why it put a 1 here, because it's excluding null that I told it not to, right? File, line 70, which is this line here. Bytes, join C for C, and C is bytes. Not in badgers, badgers bytes. So let's send it to this. No. Let's send it to this. Yeah, I feel lazy using ChatGPT, but it's also smart, right? So, issue is in the C is an integer from all shores. No.
U the in front of B.
U the. Let's see what it says. Byte C converts to single byte, but I did bytes here, but I guess it doesn't work. Why? It's the same place where I changed it, you know.
Go back to your code for second.
Yeah, I'm here. So, B. So I added this correctly, but then when I did here, I removed my ord, and I need to add a bytes instead. So I shouldn't just have removed my ord. So, for C in all shores, you should have switched type instead. So let's try it. It worked great. Error appropriate nulls. So I didn't put an exit there. So it's so much bad. This is so wrong. Let's just clear it. And let's put an exit here, right? Because we don't want it to continue doing more stuff after this. We want to print this and see what on earth is happening, right? So why are we getting this from a loop, from a range of 256? We're getting like infinite one. And it's all zeros. So obviously this was not correct, right? So join, yeah. So it was not correct. It couldn't fix the code. Should I go back to mine? Or not?
You need your breakpoint after the buffer, don't you?
But we're just generating 256 characters now, and it's supposed to be 00 to 256 FF. And we're not doing anything more. There's no breakpoints, we're no running anything. We're exiting after printing the string, and it's making like thousands of bytes from
okay,
this.
I'm tracking.
Yeah. So if we undo, right? Let's undo stuff here. The exit is unfortunately the first thing I undid. Well, let's not undo. So let's put my code, but I copied in here again to compare to. So this is what I had, and I wanted to change it to be bytes, but I'm actually changing it to bytes here, so it's not necessary. It was just to see if I could do it, right? And maybe this is not the best opportunity to play with it then. So let's just start with actually backing up on its change. But it was ChatGPT changing that, right? From its example code that I tried to use its thingy. And I was thinking, yeah, that should work, shouldn't it, right? So let's comment this. And why do I get an error here? What? I did undo a bit, right? Now I'm very curious. First run. We get an error. So let's undo. Comment. And I noticed that there wasn't a parenthesis here. So I put that back. Save, and we run. And we get like 1,000,000 characters here, right? There's something seriously wrong there. And my previous one was like this. So to debug this, let's just print use chars here instead. Make sure that output wasn't the problem. And we still have 1,000,000 characters. I'm just paging up and up and up and up. And we're gonna clear, because I have no idea how many times I went up. Yeah, you can see how much it is.
Line 75 \x00 \xff.
And I forgot to put the exit back. That's why we got so much data out. So let's clear it again and run it again. And now we just get a few pages of zeros. I love this error, by the way. This is fun. Line 75. Yeah, bad chars. Those are the bad chars. Example. These are not supposed to be like the first and the last. These are just some characters that these are all characters, right? Then we exclude some characters. We merge them. That's what's being done. So now we're going back to my character
Never
generation.
mind him, dumb hee hee.
And no problem. You're reading my code, not.
I need sleep.
So. You know, it's okay to say something that's not exactly correct.
My brain is working right now.
By the way, I keep checking my phone. So, let's just check my email. I'm still waiting to hear from, they should be fixed. My card should be done like at 11. I kind of assumed they wouldn't be done because it was kind of quick for what needed to be done. But I still hope like for a message saying, yeah, your car's done now. You can come get it, you know? So let's think instead of use ChatGPT. So sequence item 0, expected byte-like object, string found. So our object before the input is string, not byte object. So let's do this bytes, and we put the whole darn thing in parentheses, and now it should be converted, right? And then we test it again, and we get string argument without any coding. Bytes. Oh, yeah, we need to set the encoding too. So, like this. There. And then we still get all the zeros. My god. So something breaks. I'm thinking that it is something to do with that this code was it's probably going through not 256 things. So we're just gonna delete it and use the normal old thing that I copied from my other file, right? And we're actually gonna print it. And let's put the exit back, just to confirm that we're not getting some crazy stuff now. Let's see. 72. Yeah. There. Just printing use chars.
Bytes.
So, bytes. So now you can see we can see all the characters.
You fix it.
Yeah. I just tried to fix it in another way. And 0A is also removed from there. And now we just use our output format that we have more recently. And we're gonna put use chars here. There. So now we have 3D format from 01 to FF, avoiding null, 00, and 0A, because those are the ones that we have said it shouldn't do. Now we don't want to remove anything.
On to the next part, hee.
Yeah. So now we don't have to exit, right? We're gonna send all the data, actually, as this is a command line one, I'm kind of sure that null will kill it. It's also a C program, right? So null is the end of a string in C, so it will just kill it. Then we have temp is A's, the EFE position, B's. And then we print the temp. And I have used colon in all other places for variables, so why not use it here too? It's cold in here. I'm a bit cold. 25.5 degrees only. Maybe we should
Next
move.
the X before UOO.
Oh, thanks. You see, you're not asleep.
Needs.
So their IO process, and this is when it's actually running it, and this is to start the program. Possibly we need to change the arguments. So I'm thinking we might want to do like A or something. But let's just save, run, and it's actually starting it there. And process exited with status. Validated input failed, because it has an F in there. So we actually have a bad letter already found, which is F. But this is a logic thing, so I think I will put it in there. Uppercase F. So let's show you my disassembled one here. So this validates, and we put it in. Come on, tab. We put it in Ghidra.
So now you can add it to U-board jar.
Yeah, exactly. So we can see here that it breaks. It breaks the copying of the string if there's an F, and then it will not go through to the string copy that is the purpose. So we knew this is from the logic. This is not like the string copy that's breaking or anything else. But it's an interesting thing. Do we want to add anything to our automated script?
Yay, and tracking.
So if we want this to be able to take any executable, well, then we modify it a bit because it's a script, right? This is not a finished executable doing all the thingy-dingies advanced, but process exited. Maybe we want process exited. like a possible if n in received line, then we just break, and then it will quit R2 here for us, not keep going. Yeah, we're gonna clear again too. We're ready to run. Let's add the F. And then I could actually just add an F, since it's the uppercase F we want, right? Maybe not pretty, but this is okay. So now we got a buffer overflow error, right? Meaning it also didn't stop as it should, because we need to add back our buffer overflow test. Alright. It's squigglies. So, buffer overflow. We're currently output all lines. We're outputting all lines here. French received line. So this is just my addition manually. I'm thinking I'll put an exit before the next step, right here. And we're not supposed to set bed chars here. We're supposed to make a comparison. So let's actually put the bed chars, the exit here. So after it quits R2, we need data here. We need data. I might run R2 manually on it, right? So if we R2 and do B, this is 200 characters, so actually 1, 2, 3, 4 then probably. And I'm kind of assuming now we will get 42s in address here. So I assumed that we had 200 characters. I removed 4 and I did BBBBs. We got the BBBBs in the address, right? So, cute. So if we were to run this again, but we add like all the characters here, right? We can't do that without Python because these are others. I'm gonna go and check on my kids quickly as it's lunchtime. Oh, and then we'll continue. So I made actually hamburgers for my kid at like 9, so he wasn't hungry yet. The other one's sleeping. Oh, low battery. Let's switch gear thingies. So so let's add some Python there to input, and I have that in like my most basic fuzzing, I think. No. Oh, it's even here. So if we use started program or just use these in here to print the stuff we want, we can even use our same. So just Python C print, right? Well, I can copy this. Or maybe this is prettier. I think this is prettier. Yeah. I think so. And I'm a bit hungry, but I have yogurt, so that I haven't drunk it, so. So we actually, oopsie, I deleted stuff in the notes. So let's actually do the Python thingy. And seriously, I should type, right? Because then I won't have to look it up as many times. Python, C, and then we have whatever we want, and we're going to print, and we're going to do, let's do the same thing that we have in here. Where's temp here? This. So let's convert this. Right, I'm not using B in that. But I guess it works anyway. So the send line wants a B, I think. So we want EAP position, which is in our current state 116. I knew that. That's why I said 4 less than 120, right? So 116 plus this plus the use chars, which is oh, here's the full temp, by the way. But here's use chars with A. So we're not getting a too old one where I had not removed that. So copying this and replacing the use chars here. And I'm just copying the whole thing except for the comment. And I don't want to move around here with the arrows. Pasting the whole thing. And we running it. File string line 1 in module. So I messed up. So I'm just gonna quit it. So is there 2 end parentheses? There is, right? No, there's supposed to be 2. But this one... Yeah, this is for the print. And this one is inside the... This is a print parenthesis. This is before print. For the C, Python C. And then we have this. And the only thing left here, really, that could be a problem. Let's remove the B's. What is up to the start character? I don't remember. So let's make it totally the same as my old examples. A is not defined. Oh. So yeah, it was Control A, up to the start. So let's do this. And now it says still A is not defined. File string line 1 in module. Trace back. So we're just gonna run the Python now. Error missing. Oh. I'm like, what? So this should just... Yeah, there's something wrong. No, I removed something. Stupid me. There. Ah! Do you realize how many times I'm the one who needs sleep? So, paste. Run. Yeah. File string line 1 in module. Name error A is not defined. Why does it say A is not defined? So print so if we do this again, and as we're in here, we can just run Python, and we got the D quote thingy. Why? What's wrong? Where's my stuff off? Oh, let's just grab a mega simple one here, right? And see, did I do something wrong, or is it my notes that were wrong? Because I don't think
I'm
so.
looking.
Yeah. Yeah, it says command not found because that's what it is. It's not a command that's found. And if we up arrow to this, This is very similar. Oh, I see the problem. This is the problem. It's a simple, basic, mega simple problem. That this is ended here. The print is ended here. I mean, the whole C is ended there. The command to Python is ended there. So it thinks A is a command. And it's hard to see these kind of things, right? So let's copy this.
Single quotes, not double.
Yeah. So now it says command not found, which is correct. Which also means bash. We obviously have a bad character there or something. Or it cut the name short. So, here we have the R2 one. Let's go up a bit. I could just type too. Whatever. Let's delete these. So, and then we paste with the right characters. Relax has not been applied. It always says that. And if we run it now, DC, we get a buffer overflow at 4242, which is correct. The question is, can we now look at memory, right? I don't think so. But it says also the A stuff. So
try it
I
and
opened
see.
GDB notes. I didn't. Yeah. I'm just don't remember R2's. Oh, it's almost there. It's an A. It must be a D. D. Yeah. So we need help. Where's my help for R2? Here. I need help. D. No, it's P. PXA. A lot of the commands are D, right?
DXA.
But these are P.
Translated from Portuguese.
Yeah, so not DXA, PXA. So I thought it was DXA there for a sec, but PXA. So let's do PXA, and yeah, I guess we do.
Me too, hee hee.
Yeah. Let's do this. We have some, and we can do like minus here. And we can get different bits of information. So, do we have like examples in here? So, PXA, RSP. Yeah, I don't think there's more here. It's mostly these. And then we have more in my notes on buffer overflow. So here I had GDB. Yeah. So this is not where we're actually at. I'm just curious if I have anything on R2 in here. In here we only have GDB. In here I think I have both. No? But here I do like, this is what you can do in GDB. So I guess we'll Google. I'm sure I have it somewhere, you know, but it could also be here in the examples. In the examples, of course. I know I have examples. There we do GDB, and here we do LSLA. And this is kind of what we want to do. So here we actually have R2D.
There is a way to get it to show plain text, but I don't remember how to do it.
Well, there is plain text on the right, so it's already there. It's just not very pretty plain text here on the side. So let's hop down. I've screenshot it because of the colors here. So PDF, DB, GB. Set breakpoint. This is set breakpoint. DC, it runs the program. DR shows us the registers. PXARSP. This is just also, I want to know more. DS, DR, RSP.
Okay, at 5:30 and going to try and lay back down.
Oh gosh, good night, and hope you can sleep good now and that you fall asleep quickly. 5:30 is late. Sweet dreams. And I'll promise not to do anything too interesting.
Good luck and have fun.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. And thank you again for the subs. Thank you very much. Yeah, so what I'm trying to do here is to find the address to where the code is, right? We could do this
Will
too.
This be saved to you VOD so I can watch it later?
Yeah, sure. They're both on the VOD and saved on YouTube too, so they should be there. And I don't have any music or anything that YouTube would mind, you know. So.
Okay.
Here we have a minus. And here I'm just trying to find this address.
Night night.
Good night. Yes, I have knobs in here too, right? We can put some knobs. If we don't know exactly where we're gonna jump. But I'm currently looking for, how do I in R2 show more than this bit? So, if I have a system for how to do this manually using R2, then I can make a program that do the same thing, right? That's not too hard. Especially since we can now send output and read lines in using pwntools, right? So I would have been happy if there was an automated function already, but we can do it like manually, automatically. But I would like to read more data. Shall stop with signal 17. Yeah, we're at the end of this now. So let's Google. So R2 PXA at ESP. Not a lot on this, is it? So let's dig into this a bit. DM. Right. The reason we crashed the program is that we already at the right spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm like looking for something that I already have. We have a bad character here that's breaking it. So how many, but I still want to be able to control the length of the data, and that's what I'm looking for. So it's still interesting. It's just a click in my brain there. So we're already there, you know. Note that we passed the word numbers. Why? Where am I? I'm like, why are they talking about other programs? So if I search in here for PXA, there's nothing, right? Because obviously they're using DMS for some other stuff that I don't know what they're doing. I just want to read the memory. So, can we search this? Official. Yeah, so when Google can't find it, that's when I go to ChatGPT. Now we already did ChatGPT today. DR. Now we're at PX. PX4? So we just put the number in first. So if it's that easy, then we solve the problem, right? So we want to do this, but we want to do 256. And let's try something else. 1000. Yeah, so it seems to be working, right? And now my brain said, yes, you know exactly what to do minus, right? Because we want the 116 plus 4, which is 200. And this will give us the whole data we sent, all the A's, the B's, and the position here. We can also get this. Meaning, from just knowing the data we sent, and we can get the current address. And then we can get, if we put the code here, if we put the code here, but we're not gonna use that style. We're gonna try and find an instruction to hop here. But we can read this, we can get this address here, right? And we can put nops before and after to make it more fluffy, and if we miss a bit, it doesn't matter as much. I got the message! My car's ready to be collected. I can go get my car. If I had a car, I could go get my car. I'm gonna call my hubby quickly. I'm gonna call him quickly, we'll see. Hej gubben, jag fick meddelande precis att bilen är klar. Jag har inte hört något samtal eller något sådär, så det är nice. nej precis. Jag antar att allt har gått bra, helt enkelt. Att de inte har hittat någon liten lampa eller något som var trasigt eller någonting. Nej precis. Jag har ju inte fått något mer, utan jag fick ju bara ett sms nu att den är klar. Ja, men det får vi ju säkert veta när man går dit, så det kanske är bra att gå dit. Jag vet inte, du har käkat lunch eller? Okej. Jag tänker, för min del så skulle jag gärna gå och handla med barnen sen. Och då är det ju bra om vi har bilen så tid som möjligt. Annars blir det nog kanske svårt att shoppa idag också. 16:30 stod det i meddelandet. Men sen behöver du inte åka hem igen. Alltså om vi åker in, så du åker tillbaka till jobbet, då kan du ju... Nej, men jag menar nu. Om du skulle åka hem nu, hämta mig och droppa mig där, så tar jag ju bilen bara. Hojta lite sen bara, så... Ja. Ja, det gubben. Puss. Hej. So, you can get it, the latest time to get the car is 16:30. So I said to him that why not do it now? So I have a car. I need to go shopping food with the kids. And he was eating lunch. We were hoping for it to be a bit earlier. So it's 12:38. He said they thought they'd be done with it at 11. Print RSP. I just have to go back and see. Yeah, it's just an SMS. There's a phone number though. I can call them and ask. Like, how did it go? So, yeah, we kind of at a good place here, right? So, first of all, we don't want 1256 characters. Let's make ourselves some commands in the Python code that gets stuff from here. So after the crash, we're still like in the program. So what we can do is to send messages. So now this means it didn't crash, right? This shouldn't happen. It won't happen because we're sending normal data plus bad characters, and that's why we're not like just sending the bad characters. We're sending so it will always crash. If it doesn't crash in another way, because it's too big. So buffer overflow receive line is nice to see. We don't care about the position now because we already have the right values for this. So what we could commands to send, we can send. So we can get all read all input. We don't really want that though. I'm just like, yeah, I found a cool command. Let's put it in the notes instead. Nah, we can write it here, or we can copy it to the notes, because we can use the variable names, and that's why I think this is good, right? So the data in was this, right? This was the data in, and we gonna do like the command I did now, minus pxa. If we do this mathematically, my gosh, I control-C it. First of all, this is going to be an IO send line, right? Of course. So we need 2 of these. And we're not gonna send DC. We're gonna send this. And we're not gonna send this. We're going to do a mathematical calculation for both. And this is going to be actually 2 variables in here. I don't remember really how to do this, but it's just comma, is it? So this is actually going to be length of temp. Then we get only the data we wanted, right? And maybe there's a way to output only the actual things we want, not PXA. But let's start with PXA, right? If we know the format, we can also grab stuff from it. So we want, now I remember. What am I doing? I'm mixing all the different versions of everything. So we just put this here. That's a nice way of doing this. And this number is the EIP plus 4. So EIP position. Am I doing this wrong? Because it's a B, we can't do this. And now it works. No? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Actually, let's print this. So I want to print that. And let's this will be very similar, so let's comment it for now. And we are exiting after the quest. So save. Let's grab yeah, here we also can see these, right? So here's ESP. So when we do it with ESP, we get this. And we also want the length of the actual, yeah, let's do this now. So we have it ready. I'll copy this and I'll grab it from there. So this is supposed to be the actual jars. Am I blind? Use shards. So the length of the use shards we're currently using, we want to grab that amount of memory, and we want to be at the actual ESP here now, and compare these. So let's print this before we use it with the position and everything, which will make an extra one, but I guess we can remove the positions, right? So, and I am cold. 25.5 degrees. Yeah, I'm freezing. So Q. This is our test data. There. So we didn't get any output because we didn't print the lines, or what? PXA? No, because we're quitting. Yeah, and it's not outputting the variable names in there. So I would usually use as a pluses, you know? But am I doing the wrong thing? So let's just use the normal stuff, right? I don't know why alright, I know why these are. I'm like, what did I do? Why did I do 2? That's everything. So we want the length of data, and so we don't want us to quit yet. We don't want it to quit. They didn't quit though. Did we get the buffer overflow line? Yeah. So this line is run. We also get these comments from within here. So what did I delete? Oh, now I know. It's not me adding double, it's it adding double. There, I understand it. So it wasn't me, it was it. The editor. So if I just add one of these, it adds another one. Of course, of course. So, come on, squiggly, disappear. I'm waiting for you. Is it actually a squiggle this time? So, did I forget something? String plus. This is definitely needs str in here. Plus string. Oh, there needs some b minus, and the EIP position is also a number, so it also needs a string. Yeah. And why would that be there? That's why we had the bug. And then we have the same repeated, with including the same mistake, ending a variable name with a no bytes. There. So the squigglies don't work for me anymore, since I'm assuming they're wrong because they're always so slow disappearing. So let's see. EIPO. There should be an underscore. Not a dash. So there. It was because I wrote that when I didn't see stuff. So string argument without encoding. Yeah. So we need to get the encoding, copy it from there. So bytes. I'm scrolling too long. There. So oh, I forgot the other one to change it to string. So we need another str for the length. Str for the length. There. So we need to see the output too. So if we were to run this manually now, here, the same input, and then we're going to run these commands here. I can already see an error. Hey, gubben. Jag tänker att det är väl lättare, så blir det mindre mysko på slutet på den. Okej, ja men superbra. Det är bara att säga till när du närmar dig så... Halvtimme ungefär. Okej. Ja, hej, puss puss. Vi ses, hej. Och tack. So my hubby is driving home from work now, and he'll drive me to the car lanes. You know, I could have taken a taxi, but whatever. You know, it's nicer to be driven by your hubby. Let's see. So I have something. My brain says I have a paste. Yeah. So this 116 should be 200 because we have also the 4 characters for the address. So actually, my brain wants to do this times 4, divided by 4. So where do we have the temp one? Where's temp? I fail to find it all the time here. So b times. What about that? So 32 divided by 8 is 4. So we have 4 B's because the address is dependent on the context of bits. So if this is 64-bit, this will be automatically correct now. And then we're going to do this. Well, EIP position plus that. EIP position. Oops, it needs to be inside the parentheses. So there, because this is maths, and then we convert it to string afterwards. And these, we're gonna actually run this, that's why I copied it. Run it manually. So the code is slightly updated. And we're gonna do DC. We get that. We run failed copy. I don't know why I managed to Control C there. Z. So undo, cut, or let's cut that. Yeah. There. And now we can see all the A's, the B's. The one of the B's is very not visible with gray on gray, but it's a B there. I'm sure. Yeah. The only bad thing with R2 is this, right? I don't know what color I should have in my background to be able to see it all. This is white. This is black. This is gray. It doesn't even invert the colors nicely, right? 42. Oh, so I managed to actually copy this into here, maybe. Anyway, let's try the actual right one, which is 200, right? 160, 120. It's supposed to be 120. So now we have, we can see the B's too by chance, and we can't see one of the 41s instead. And now let's run the other one. I guess we go up and run this. Copy. paste. And this should be only our data. Though I don't think 254 works. But we can see definitely a bad character here. So now I'm going to experiment with the other formats of output. And I am going to go and get my car in a bit then. So when it's time, I will just guess we should have like a possible rating target somewhere near to where I. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I just wanted to pull that tab. So. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I just wanted to. So. Alright, yeah, that's horrible because I can't see the who's online. Yeah, so there's not a lot of people. We can look at it later. Actually, let's I'm so sorry that I will be just hopping off like that. But I will be continuing streaming when I get back home. Most probably. It's not certain, because I have to go shop with my kids too, so I might do that first. So, but it's just 13, right? So I'm actually supposed to start streaming at 13, but now I didn't have my car, so I couldn't go working. Because it's on service, and I'm gonna go get it. There was a problem with the heat in the car too, when it's kind of cold outside. The fans weren't starting when they were supposed to. Let's hope they fixed it all. Kind of think they did. Yeah, so I'm not gonna quit at once. We're going to continue. I just wanted to see who's online so that I know who I can raid when it's time. Because my hobby's just gonna. I'm here now, you know? Yeah, so I've got a raid target set. We'll just continue. So, here we can see our pretty data, and comparing this data is much easier if it's in another format, right? So we want to compare this data with maybe my notes and R2, and I have different formats here. We have PX, PXR, hex word references. That is more text. We don't want that. PXA is annotated. PXW, word dump. PXQ for quad words. So let's try these. So if we do the same one, but we just do PX, how will it look like? I think it's the same, but we wouldn't see ESP in the middle of it. If we do this minus 100, it's just, there's no break line in between here, like it was before. These things, right? So if we continue on from this one and do PXR, then we're getting too much data. We don't want that. PXW, this looks, yeah, so maybe this data is more readable. What do you think? So PXA is this. I don't know, because we have to cut it off at some point, right? So 254 doesn't work. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 16 in every line, right? So we're not cutting off the end of a 16. So we always get quantities of 16 in the PXA mode. Are there other PXs? Do I have other PXs in my notes? Yeah, we do like question mark.
PXR 254 a test minus 120.
Translated from Finnish.
You're not sleeping yet. Yeah, but I kind of think might be easier to read the PXA because we can add the 0x, if we want to, but we don't because we're doing Python, and Python doesn't use 0x. It uses \x.
I'm laying here watching.
Okay. Thank you. Hope you can fall asleep soon. I hope I'm boring enough to fall asleep too. Here we have a question mark. Yeah, so if we do px question mark, we're gonna get the dump on this. Px question mark. Px context. No, we don't want context. So px. Let's go up to one of these and do a slash instead here. What is this? Okay, nothing.
I played down and got hungry, and now I am too lazy to get up and make something.
Hope you can fall asleep, even though it's a bit hard to fall asleep when you're hungry, right? A bit 0. Until 0 bytes, so this is like null. No, we don't want that. PXB. What is PXB? Oh, that's cool. Bits. C is with comments. D is integers. Emoji, hex stump, smile. Show hex stump of current function. Show hexadecimal half words dump. 16-bit. Same as above, but 1 per line. Hex compact binary. Display n lines of hex dump. PXL. No, we don't want to say the line. Octal. Let's try octal. PXO. Just so we know it all. Then we have the ones we kinda tested, right? 1 per line. Rex for R we already tried. S. In sparse mode. PXS might be the thing. What do you think? How does this differ from A? Is it just me? Oh, look, we can read the numbers easier. It doesn't have all the colors. Though it doesn't matter for a computer. When the computer is reading this, it's not gonna get the colors anyway. T. Unsigned integer. Show decimal word. Yes, I don't really want a print of it. I just want the data. So maybe P is not the right thing, right? I just want a dump of the memory. A hexless hex dump. What's a hexless hex dump? Let's try the X one. PXX. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of more of what I want, right? So what is the difference with like uppercase X? So, this one seems like the best. Though we're not getting the numbers, we don't need to convert the numbers. I could have easily hopped here and taken this bit of it. But PXX looks like a hit, right? PXX. I'm just trying to select this here and not have it deselected. So I'm thinking he'll probably come here soon, and I have to talk to my kids, and I need to get some clothes on because it's actually white outside, slightly white, though it's plus 4.5 degrees. So maybe this is the best spot.
Morning, Sophia. How is going life today?
Yeah, it's going good. We just found we're trying to automate with a Python script using pwntools the full buffer overflow, finding all the things. So it's kind of fun. So we just found that R2 has this PXX mode, where we don't have to get all the things here. So if it's only this output though, it won't give us anything. I just realized it's not gonna show us. It's gonna show us this, right? So it won't work. Yeah, we could try, but I don't think this is good. I think this will probably work better than
automation scanning.
Automated buffer overflowing. I guess PX. If we go back here, what is A? A is adding the annotation. So this is really what we want, more like it. Oh look, it didn't add one here. We actually got 254.
Oh, okay, got it. That seems useful. D.
So we're gonna do PX, not PXA. A is for the human eyes. So we're gonna change this to PX. And then we'll just, if this is the best format to get the data, then we'll just pick out these bits of data. And we're gonna compare this. We're currently going for bad shards. As you can see, it's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Null. So obviously 9 isn't a hit in here, right? So if we were to just nah, it'll take too much time. I have to go get my car from service. So I'm sorry that you got it just in time for me saying bye, but I will be streaming in a little bit again. So I don't want to leave the stream just running for an hour, you know, in the background, and everybody just like, please lurk and wait for me. So I'm gonna start streaming again instead. Yeah, but this is looking great, really. And I'll just leave it up. Hope that OBS won't crash while I'm gone again. So let's send a little raid to Keybind. And I think they're still online as the raid is going. Not a lot of people this time of the day.
Come with the Supreme Overlord says.
Okay, I'll stay up till you get back.
No, you should sleep. Go to sleep. You have to go to sleep. What is it now? 6, 7, 8? I don't know how many hours passed, and you said it was 5.
Superimposer says.
No worries, I just taking a 5 from study Google API, and how I can make an answering machine for YouTube messages from bot.
Ah, okay.
Come with the Supreme Overlord says.
0615.
Yeah, 6:15. So, I don't know if I can say it's late anymore, or if it's early. Did you get any sleep until now? No? Yeah, right, so the raid is going. I gotta say bye. Thank you very much for being here. And I will be back later today. I will be.
Translated from Tagalog.
Okay, bye. See you guys.
Superimposer
Thanks for being here.
See you later, maybe less than 3.
Yeah. See you later. Maybe.